Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Mark, my astrology channel. If you're a subscriber, then thank you very much. If not, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't mind hitting the button at the end of the video. We start the month with a new moon on the 1st. Now this new moon is in Aries, so this is your 11th house. Now there's extra value with this new moon because it's conjunct Mercury, your ruler. So this is fantastic because the 11th house is about networking and communicating with others, either with friends, with colleagues, or in a group situation. So this is ideal that Mercury is conjunct this new moon because this will help you tremendously. It's a good time to look at your future plan. The 11th house is about the future and your ideals and your goals. So it's a good time now to assess these and look and set new ones. Because with the new moon, it's a good time to reach out and embrace new things, to start new projects. And 11th house is also good for business enterprises and money you earn through business. So this is a fantastic time for starting a new business. Now, the other thing we have is the new moon is also conjunct Chiron. Now with Chiron, it's always about healing and getting over your past hurts. This is a good time to do that now, especially with friends or with work colleagues where there may have been things in the past that have upset you. You can overcome these now. You can overcome adversity to push yourself forward. And it may be that you get involved with a group situation, maybe that you develop your leadership so that you can be a spokesperson for a group. But communication for the first couple of weeks of this month is very crucial for you, Gemini. There are other aspects on the 1st that will set the scene, if you like, for the rest of the month. We have Saturn making a conjunction with Juno and also a square to the moon's nodes. Now this is very important because Saturn will slow you down, because there may be an impulse to do things very quickly with this Aries new moon, but Saturn will calm things down. You just need to work within the existing framework you have and not jump out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak. You just take things calmly and try and get things in balance. Now the nodes are across your 6th and 12th house, so this involves your routines and everyday work, but it also involves your intuition. And also we have Neptune on the 1st making an aspect to the moon's node, so this will increase your intuition. So this is a very good time to slow down, think about things, listen to what people say, watch and learn what's going on around you. This could be very vital because the nodes are often a doorway to our future. So you need to be aware that this doorway is there, but you need to find it. So it could be clues you get from other people, there could be messages coming through from the unconscious, but there will be clues there for you to search out and look at this doorway. Now the other thing we have with the Saturn Juno is that it's time to make a commitment. Now Saturn in the 9th house wants a new adventure, wants to learn new things, so you need to make some kind of commitment to your future. This is the perfect time to do that. The Saturn aspect lasts for 19 days, so there's plenty of time to take your time. The problem is on the 4th, Mars will come up to Saturn, conjunct him and really push things. Mars is impulsive, he wants things done, he wants a new adventure, he wants excitement, but you need to be grounded, you need to calm that down. It's only going to last for a couple of days. If you've got excess energy, channel it into exercise or some other positive project. Don't let him goad you because there is no need to hurry. And then the other aspect that comes in the 4th is more beneficial. It's Jupiter making a sextile to the moon's north node. So this is the one that will help you most. So if you can just get over the Mars impulsiveness and let that go to rest in Jupiter, this aspect lasts for 8 days and Jupiter's in your 10th house of career. So there could be opportunities, doors open that are connected with your career or your future development, also with your destiny. If it's not the career that you're interested in, that could be your destiny that's going to change here in some way. So this is a very positive aspect, and this is a good time to just allow things to happen. Just don't let Mars push you. On the 7th we have our major aspect of the year. This is the coming together of Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Now they both have a vested interest in Pisces. They're ruler and co-ruler. And this happens to be your 10th house. This is very important for your public standing. This aspect doesn't happen very often. The last time it happened was in 1856. And it was an amazing year. There was 4 Nobel Prize winners born in that year. It was the birth of the blues music. And there was other exciting people born like Telstar, George Bernard Shaw, Freud, to name but a few. These are people who changed the world in some way. Now, for you, this is all happening in the 10th house. So this is to do with your public standing, your career, your destiny. So there's going to be something happen. There's going to be something big happen because wherever Jupiter is, he expands this. Now, Neptune is the imagination. This is linked with your vocation, your career, your destiny. So the imagination is going to be stirred. So you'll be thinking up new things. Maybe it's time for a massive change. Maybe you've learned things over the past and now you're thinking, well, maybe I don't want to work, I don't want to do this, I want to try something different, to try something creative, because this aspect is very creative. If you work in creative areas, this will be a big bonus for you. There'll be a quiet revolution. It won't be the same as the Uranus and the Saturn and the Plutos of the past year or so. These are quieter planets. This will be a quiet cultural revolution. Our instincts, our intuition will change us in a different way. It's a very spiritual year as well, so there could be changes in the spiritual side of things. But this is all very good for you, Gemini, because the 10th house is your destiny, so you need to tighten your seatbelt and hold on for a fast ride. The Jupiter-Neptune aspect lasts for 11 days in a critical point, but the influence will carry on for most of the year. But in the meantime, on the 7th, Mercury starts to move and makes 4 aspects very quickly before he leaves Aries and moves into Taurus. Now Taurus is your 12th house, so he'll quieten down there. So this is time between the 7th and the 10th to really get things organised, get things done, get all those tasks done, those emails, those phone calls, those difficult conversations, get it all done before Mercury moves into that 12th house. So this is a good time because you'll have a clear head, you'll be honest and open, and with this open mind you'll be able to deal with people much easier. And it's also finalise those ideals and those future plans that you have been working on. On the 16th we have our full moon, and this is in Libra. It's at 26 degrees of Libra, and this is a critical degree. This means that the full moon will gain extra power and extra influence at this time. Now it's in your 5th house, which is opposite the 11th house where we had the new moon. There's been a lot of emphasis over the last 2 weeks in that 11th house area. Now it shifts to the 5th and to Libra, so you need to now be more mindful of other people. Libra is about sharing, it's about taking others' feelings and desires into account. In the 5th house it's also about having fun, so it's time to let yourself go, to be creative. That's the 5th house. It's a very creative year this year with the Jupiter Neptune conjunction, so it's a great time to express yourself in any way you can, either with your lover, with your children, or in some kind of creative project or pursuit. The day after the full moon, Venus makes an aspect with Mercury and Uranus, so she'll want some light-hearted fun and enjoyment. She'll want to visit art galleries or go to the cinema and do something with friends that will just make the day a bit more light-hearted and a little bit creative. It's also a good day for spiritual things as well, meditation or anything that involves using your intuition. Then on the 18th, the Sun makes a square to Pluto, but again these planets are at 29 degrees, so it's no time to make decisions. Don't go with any massive changes on a day like today. Let it pass. Just go with the flow and let things pass by and wait until they're through before you make any firm decisions. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Taurus, and this is your 12th house. This is a time to reflect over the past year before your new solar year starts in a month's time and the Sun moves into your sign and the first house. So a time of quiet reflection to review what's happened and to start thinking about what plans, what things you need to do for next year. Now, the Sun makes an aspect to the Black Moon Lilith on the 20th, and the Black Moon has just moved into the second house. And with the Black Moon transiting through the second house, it brings a highlight and wants to recreate your value system. So this is a thing to think about now over the next year with the Black Moon. It could be that you need to rethink your finances and just see what it is you really value in life. And there could be some interesting discoveries that come out if you take the time to investigate. Then on the 21st we have Juno moving into Pisces, and this is your 10th house. Juno in Pisces is about unconditional love. This is about a time when a soulmate may appear. Now, it may not be a relationship, it may just be someone who's passing by, but they could give you some information and some advice that would be very valuable to you. Now, it could be with Juno in the 10th house that you want to make a solid commitment either to your career or to your destiny, and that you may make that decision that you're going to commit 100% to that. Could also be a relationship commitment. It could be a partnership, either a business partnership or a relationship partnership that Juno highlights. Between the 23rd and the 27th, there may be a trigger point connected with that Juno transit Pisces, as Venus makes a conjunction to Neptune in Pisces, and together they make a positive aspect to your ruler Mercury conjunct in the North Node. So this is very interesting. This is a time when someone could appear and help point you in the right direction. It may be a soul union, it may be a friend, it may be a perfect stranger or colleague. It could be someone who's on an intellectual level with you. But whatever they have to say, you need to take notice. In the past you may have had self-sabotaging behaviour, especially with Neptune in this position. It could point to that kind of spoiling something that's really good. So don't let it happen this time. Take notice of what they say. Then we have another aspect on the 29th that's from Jupiter, and this is another positive aspect, and this could again help you to reform and remodel your life. Jupiter makes this positive aspect to Pluto, so there could be a quiet creative transformation that goes on here that will affect your life in a positive way going forward. On the 30th we have our second new moon in the month of April. Now this doesn't bear any astrological significance, but in pagan times this was called a black moon, and this was a especially good time for rituals and for casting spells. But for you, this second new moon is in Taurus, and it's in your 12th house. This is a very sensitive, very deep and dark new moon, because the 12th house deals with our unconscious. So there are things that are going on, there are feelings coming up from the unconscious that you'll need to be aware of and you need to deal with. Now, it's also a partial solar eclipse, which is part of the Saros cycle 6 north, and this eclipse is renowned for bringing up issues related to authority figures and also related to taking control and taking responsibility of things. So this could be laying quite heavily on you at this time, and there may be things that come up that you may be not wanting to face, but with the moon in that 12th house, it's easy to avoid things and to put things off, but you need to confront things, you need to face things before the Sun moves into Gemini and the next new moon occurs in your sign. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a message, I'd be glad to hear from you.